is good, everyone? This is your host, Deanna.kuempel with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. I'm very excited to introduce my new guest today. Her name is Batista Gremaud. She is zooming in all the way from Southern California. She's got the good weather by her. She is CEO and president of Dr. Fitness International. Thank you, Batista, for joining us today. Please introduce yourself and tell the audience a little bit about your background.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm very honored to be here. And basically, I am Batista Gremaud. I'm the CEO of Dr. Fitness International. And I am a former professional dancer. So my whole life, I was very into being healthy and being fit and, on stage.
Sure.
But the thing is, I had a lot of injuries, and when I reached my mid 40s, I was against the wall. And at that time, I really was facing losing my career, and because of all my injuries. And that's when I met Dr. Fitness USA, who
Yeah.
introduced me to his strength training program. And basically, to make a long story short, I was very uh, reluctant a little bit about picking up strength training because of the misconceptions that I had being a dancer. But I was desperate, and his conversation was actually different than anything that I had learned before about fitness, about working out. For me, being a professional dancer, I was totally in the no pain, no gain, the show must go on.
Sure.
And his conversation was a little bit different than that. He was talking to me about uh, working out from a female perspective, and just, we can talk about it a little more later
Sure.
in detail because it's fascinating. But I was very curious, so I hired him to work on me, and within a few weeks my injuries were gone.
Yeah.
So I married him.
Oh, there you go. I love that. Little piece of the story there. Little piece
I
of the
cut
puzzle.
I I cut a little bit the story short. It didn't, it didn't happen overnight. But yes, I ended up marrying him and making a career transition into this world of what we call it body design,
Yes.
not so much bodybuilding, because it's a little bit from a different. It comes from a little bit of a different energy than
Sure.
just building muscles. But yeah, that's how I started in this field. And it's been over 12 years now. I've been completely pain free for
Wow.
12 years. I'm happy to say I'm 61. I leg press 650 pounds. Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Yes. Woohoo. Wait, I gotta write that down. 61 and you leg press how much?
650 pounds.
Oh my gosh, I'm writing that down because that's going in the description of the. I might market the crap out of that with that information.
Yeah, and pain free. That's the best part. No more injuries, stronger than ever. And literally, I feel and look, I think 15 years younger than I did 15 years ago. So,
So that is amazing. And so, you know what, before we start recording, you said that you had misconceptions like most women, that you thought that once you start lifting weights, you're going to get big and bulky. Can you talk about that a little bit?
oh, yes, I was petrified because as a dancer, of course, I didn't want to get to these big muscles. And I totally, my perception of strength training or lifting weight was totally like the vision of these big bodybuilders
Yeah,
on stage, and for me is now in time I learned to appreciate the look and the
sure.
muscle. I really changed a little bit of my attitude, but that's what I envisioned when I heard the word strength training. You have to go lift weight, and as a matter of fact, we are in Los Angeles, California, and Steven, Dr. Fitness USA, taught his system at Gold's Gym Venice.
Oh my gosh, I love Gold's Gym Venice. Oh wow, there you go. That's
Yes,
awesome.
so on top of having all the misconceptions that I had, I
Yeah,
found myself at Gold's Gym Venice learning the system along all the top bodybuilders,
Yes.
they all
Yep.
train there, right? So
Yep.
you want to talk about big muscles. And I was going like, oh,
You're probably so freaked out and intimidated, were you? Yeah. Oh,
oh,
I have. Yeah.
totally, totally. But, within my first training session, I was leg pressing 350 pounds.
Wow.
My backache kind of disappeared almost instantly. And so I became very comfortable very quickly.
Oh, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. That's
Yeah.
awesome though. What a great story. So like as I told you, I'm a bodybuilder, and I think lifting weights is so important, so important. So in my personal training days, which I'm a certified trainer and all that stuff, a lot of women and even friends and family that know me and see how much I work out, they have the same misconception, and it's like I'm not huge. Like I have good muscle, but I'm not huge because I'm natural, and I've been lifting weights for 20 years. And I'm always like, do you know what it would take to get to that level of for as a woman? Because I mean, it's even hard for men to put that much muscle on.
Yeah. I hear it all the time, and it's always the first thing that women say. It's just the first barrier that we need to break down is
Sure.
that misconception. And so a lot of times I say, well, strength training for health and this and that, and the woman would say, oh, I do strength training. And I go like, well, how much do you lift? Oh, 5 pounds.
Oh,
And so there is a misconception there
yeah.
too. A lot of women think that lifting 5 pounds is strength training, but in my book it's only occupational therapy,
Right.
because really to make the changes in the body that we're looking for, right? We're looking for tone, and especially in our system we're looking to for postural alignment. So because
Yeah.
we work on that, it takes to actually lift a little more than 5 pounds. So there's a lot of fear around that topic. But hey, I like I said earlier, I leg press 650, I chest press 135. you know
Amazing.
Last time I looked, I didn't think I looked like a guy. You know what I mean?
No, 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 not at all. You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. You look fantastic. I mean, your skin is glowing. See, that's another thing. It's like a fountain of youth that people don't understand. Like that, you release that natural growth hormone when you're pushing your body to that limit, and it's just so important. So, how long have you and your husband working alongside each other?
Yes, so I met him 12 years ago.
Okay.
Okay. And so I hired him. So obviously I didn't marry him right away, right? Because I
Sure.
paid him a good bunch of money.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to mix business and pleasure and all this.
Sure.
But I started researching his method pretty much right away because I was fascinated. I wanted to know what it is, because I had basically tried everything to heal my injuries, including working with personal trainers and physical therapy and just a lot of things. And so I wanted to know the difference. So I started researching his method very early on. But basically, I made the career transition and married him a few years later. So it's been about 9, 10 years now
Okay. Okay.
that we've tied the knot.
Oh, yeah.
And
How
then
my late husband and I, so we used to have 5 businesses together. We worked alongside each other. I mean, I don't think that, and we were together for almost 17 years, but of those 17, we had several, like 10 of those years, we had businesses together. And it's challenging working with your spouse. I mean, I don't regret it because we were a power couple, and I'm sure like you and your husband, you actually boost each other up, and you're able to fuel that machine of success.
absolutely. And a lot of people call us a power couple because, he's actually 70. Yeah, he's, that's it right here.
Oh,
Here.
let's see. Let's see.
I wrote this book. This is the story
Oh, I like it.
of the story
Nice.
of life.
Okay.
But you see, he doesn't look over a day over 45, but he's 73. And so he's also and he's been doing this for 55 years, his whole life. And so he walks the talk. We walk the talk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so it is very fulfilling working together.
Sure.
For me, I love it because I'm Sagittarius. I love to learn,
Yeah.
always learn, and I still learn every day.
Yeah.
from him. So when it has to do with the training and all the ergonomics, and because he's a genius that way, he finds way of adjusting a piece of equipment so it makes your so you're very comfortable in the
Sure. Yeah.
equipment, so your body's supported. So it's all about ergonomics.
When he gets you adjusted into the equipment, that's really important for people to do that correctly so they prevent injury. So that's
Exactly.
very important. I don't think I see people at the gym and I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna hurt themselves because they don't I don't think they know.
No,
They've never picked up a magazine or Google searched or watched a YouTube. And so it's very, very important.
yes, no, and people don't know, and that's the other thing. I always compare like fitness or strength training to another skill that you would want to learn. Like, for example, if you wanted to learn martial arts or you wanted to learn dance, you need a teacher or a mentor or to take a class, do something to learn it, because it would be very hard to excel in the field if you didn't have a teacher. But in the gym, in strength training, it's like everybody's their own expert.
Yeah.
you know I mean, not everybody, I'm generalizing, but you know
Right.
what, a
Yes.
lot of people, they think that just because they can go from one machine to the next and do whatever, then that's all there is to it, not realizing
No,
that it is a skill.
it is a skill. Yes, for sure. So let's talk about the business side of things. So when someone reaches out to you, like a client, what does that look like and how do you help them succeed in your program?
Good question. So back in the day when I met Steven, it was all one-on-one and physically in a gym. It
Sure.
was a more like high-end VIP, very customized. My vision was to expand and be able to offer the system to more people. So I told you I've done a lot of research.
Yeah.
Over 5 years ago, we were able to actually put the system online.
Okay.
So that was a good thing. I was able to extract the knowledge from his
Sure.
head, basically,
That
and
was very smart and savvy of you.
thank you. Yes, we didn't know that it would turn out that way, but yes, it was good because, of course, with the pandemic, we were already online.
Yeah.
The thing, though, is that the programs and the method was always done in a gym environment with the
Right.
equipment
Right.
and tools, and we didn't have anything at home. No weights, nothing. So last year we had to really test new formulas and new things at home with
Sure.
very little equipment. So we've developed programs with workout bands, and then
Good.
dumbbells of a minimum amount of equipment that somebody can work out at home.
Yeah.
So the way that looks like now is when somebody wants to work with us, first they book a consultation so we get to know them and they fill out the little form so we know if they have injuries or
Sure.
whatever. Okay, and then we see, of course, if they have access to a gym or not, if
Right.
they
Yeah.
can work out at home, if they have any equipment at home. Some people do, you'd be surprised. A
Oh
lot
yeah.
of people.
Yeah. You tailor the programs around what the client has access to and
Exactly.
what their
And
fitness level is. So after the consultation, do you guys is it like a program as far as like monthly, or do you have a set commitment for clients? How are you guys set up?
yeah, so there's different levels of doing things, but we never do hourly. What we do is we create the system
Right.
and we teach the system. So usually the um, 6 weeks, uh, 6 weeks period of time with Zoom calls and following the person very
Sweet.
directly
Okay.
for 6 weeks
Yeah.
to learn the system. So there's always some kind of a upfront fee for getting the system. It's like buying a car, like you're walking, now you buy a car, now you have a car. And then there's options to have monthly follow up or to upgrade. So there's different ways of how we work with people, but it's never like on hourly basis. We don't have like classes that we offer where people can jump in, and because our programs are still very customized to the
Right.
person.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's well, I mean, that's pretty typical, but I was just wondering about the process. So in case anybody's watching that might want to check you guys out.
And
Um,
we do have an app also, and we have hundreds of customized videos that we shot ourselves over the years with the way we do the exercises. So they are very videos that are typical to what we do and how we want people to do the
sure.
exercises. So when they start working with us, they download the app and then they get their
Right.
programs and their schedule w- in the app. So it's very convenient.
You are you're doing good over there with all your online stuff and your apps. I love it. So I was actually looking at some of your questions, and I really like this one. Is there a connection between brain health and exercise?
Yes, I love that. I have a soft spot for mental health, addiction recovery, and all that because of my history with my family. There was a lot of problems, so I spent a lot of years and time researching mental health and the the relationship between mental health and healthy lifestyle and nutrition, and of course exercise. And now with all the new knowledge and the new research that's been done in the topic, it's amazing the benefits of exercise and specifically strength training for mental health.
Sure.
There is a research that's been done um, with strength training with elderly people, that when they increase their strength through the legs, like we were talking, like a leg press or something
Yeah.
like that, that they can even prevent or reverse neurodegenerative disease,
Wow.
Alzheimer. Yeah, it's
Wow.
and they've researched it now. And I got really excited when I read this research because one of the principles of the programs that we teach is to start by increasing the leg
Right.
strength.
Right. Yeah.
Because the strength comes from the ground up, and then depending on the
Core and
strength
other.
develops through the legs, then
Sure.
it goes up, then you get strong, all you have more power in your body. So yeah, so there is a huge connection. As a matter of fact, I wrote an article because I write a lot. My last article was on the neuroscience of exercise and all the benefits for creating new neurons in the brain and new connections. It's
Sure.
amazing. Yeah, you can go to my website, drfitnessinternational.com, under articles.
Okay.
There is the neuroscience of exercise.
Perfect.
Fascinating.
Well, that
Mhm.
was a good segue into where else can people find you if they're looking to connect with you?
Well, thank you for asking. So you can go to drfitnessinternational.com. International is INT, the short version,
Okay.
and so there is a, a link to schedule a
Okay.
consultation.
Okay.
And I also might want to add that this year we are expanding in corporate wellness.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Very good. That's huge now.
Yes, because the times are, we need that. A lot of people are working from home, and there's a big need for that. So we actually have two websites, the drfitnessinternational.com and drfitnessusa.com. So
Wonderful.
USA is the original one, more for individuals, and
Sure.
international is more for corporate wellness. So depending on what your interest is, that's the two websites. And then of course, find us on social media. Like we have 400 videos on YouTube, so
Oh,
that's
wow.
Dr. Fitness USA. You can find us there, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, Dr. Fitness USA. Just you know, Dr. Fitness USA in Google, and there we are, everywhere.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Batista. Is there any words of wisdom that you'd like to share with the audience that might be looking to start a fitness program or anything like that?
Yes, I love to talk about no time because that's one of the main excuse. Oh, I have no time. I have no time. I want to tell you that it's an illusion. When you feel better, you're more productive, you're stronger. Not only you will have more time,
Yeah.
because it gives you time because you're more productive and you make better decisions
Yep.
anyway, but it will save your life probably in the long run, because remember that those who do not make time for physical fitness eventually will have to make time for illness. So
This is so true. Well, bomb. You just dropped a bomb. That's right, girl. That's right. Oh my goodness. Well, this was awesome, Batista. Thank you so much for being a guest. I'm going to wrap things up here. You guys, this is your host, Deanna Kuempel with Label Free Podcast. To live your best life, you must live label free. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I will be back very soon with more dynamic guests.